Thanks everyone for tuning into another episode of the MPAKT Podcast. Today I'm here with Carolina and Victor Ramos, founders of IMPT, a sustainable streetwear fashion brand based out of Brazil. They recently launched in the United States, but we'll get into that in just a second. Carolina and Victor, how y'all doing today?
We are very fine.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Of
Thank you
course.
for having us.
Yeah, of course. I'm extremely excited to talk to y'all. Extremely excited to let people hear your story, hear the story of your company. Yeah, without further ado, I'd love for y'all to introduce yourselves. Yeah,
Okay, so
either one of you can start.
yeah, I can start.
You can start.
So I am Carolina. I am the co-founder, the art director, and designer of IMPT. I have a bachelor's in graphic design, visual communication, and I have 8 years of experience internationally too, nationally in Brazil, but also internationally. And I think that's it.
This was fast.
Yeah, probably a bit more about, to talk about it, but I am always short.
Yeah. So my name is Victor. I'm the creative director, co-founder, and managing partner of IMPT. As I always said, it's strange like being the creative director and the managing partner of a streetwear brand, but it works because I have Carolina as a designer, designer director. I think so. I can like okay, and that's not my field, but but yeah, I am bachelor in public administration, but that is nothing to do with streetwear and fashion. This is like we started in 2015, and I started to be an entrepreneur with a lot of background and experience.
Yeah.
But the source is passion, the source is love for the culture and for our culture also in Brazil, also the place we came from. And yeah, that's it. I think
Yeah,
it's more than like a resume, like is
of
a lot
course.
about our passion and what we really believe that needs to be done like this.
Of course. That's incredible. You mentioned it has a lot to do with where you all are from. Tell me a bit about that. What's kind of your story before IMT? Like, yeah, we can go from there.
So both of us are from Olaria. It's a neighborhood in the north zone of Rio. So we are from Brazil, from Rio.
Yeah.
And Olaria is not a very famous place, also in Rio, but because normally tourists don't go there, but it's a very traditional, with a lot of culture and Brazilian culture there. So we live very near to a place, one of the most important place for samba, where samba born it. So this is a little bit about like soccer, samba, and things like Brazil have internationally too, but this is Olaria is a lot about it.
Yeah.
So we met each other during high school, right? We
Yes.
studied
Okay, awesome.
together, and in the end of the high school we started to date, and we broke up after. But
You
yeah,
start to talk about the relationship.
yeah, this is us
Okay.
before Int.
Yeah.
So we were like best friends, and then we went to the same college, not the
Yeah.
same place, but the same college.
I
We
have a
came back.
question. Did one of you follow the other to college after you broke
I
up?
don't know.
So I don't
No, don't talk about it. Okay, this is another thing.
I was the first to enter, so she followed me. But okay.
Yeah,
That's great.
I think yes. You probably
I
right.
know, it's true.
But okay. But
I love
okay,
that.
just that's it. So
I love that. So, growing up, like, did either of you do anything entrepreneurial? Like, have you like been lifelong entrepreneurs, or was IMPT kind of that first thing for you?
Yeah, was the first. Like, yeah, let me talk like because they just started because I was frustrated if my college degree,
Mm.
and like that first semester was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. Like, I don't know, but I start to figure it out inside the college
Yeah,
and university itself, what I can know more, like what I want to my professional life. And
yeah,
I entered in a lecture of some
Social
students,
business,
yeah,
yeah.
about social business.
yeah.
And that like starts something in me, like I like this concept. It's new, but I want to know what is this because
Hmm.
the neighborhood and the south zone of Rio, there is a lot of social inequality. So
Yeah,
No.
we growing up there, not so, we growing up there, there we have this knowledge of we need to change something. The things are not cool like this. They
yeah,
need to do something different than other place of the city that the things that work smoothly. Like, but in the
yeah,
north zone, the things not like that. So
And it's interesting because, for example, a lot of people knows about the favelas. We are not from the
right.
favelas, but we grew up very near. So we have a lot of
Yeah,
friends that are from the favelas, and we grew up with these changes very near us, like this social inequality very near us. So even
yeah,
we weren't there, we know about them, and we know that we need to change something. Like,
yeah,
so that's why we normally people could say like we were there, but we weren't. We just live it together at the
at the
same
same
place.
space and
Yeah,
the
the same
same
wow.
space. So,
the same culture, like it's the same.
Yeah,
Oh, Olaria, we have both. Like, we have a
yeah,
range of social different backgrounds, but in the same culture. So uh, that is a little bit about the background of us and the company itself. So I start to research about social business. I start to be ambassador of this, like this program of this guy, this student that was doing that lecture, and I did a lot of things in college in 1 year, 1.5 years, and I figured it
wow.
out. I'm an entrepreneur, and
Yeah,
I
that's
don't want to
incredible.
do like this free project that
we
a volunteer. I want to do a company.
yeah, we started in 6 months after you when you finish the program.
Yeah,
You said
Yeah,
let's build our business. So I was studying at this time interior design
yeah,
at college, so not fashion. And Victor,
yeah,
so Victor was very into like
streetwear.
start to be more into streetwear, and like we grew up listen hip hop and rap
yeah,
and like
Playing
that.
basketball at
But yeah, playing
yeah,
basketball.
yeah,
So this is and but I think fashion it was like after school probably we you started to
yeah.
be
Pay
into.
attention.
Yeah,
Yeah, because in Rio, we don't have the same like availability to streetwear as
yeah,
in the US, whole US, or even other European and other countries itself. But in Rio, you have a way of wear differently. Like is like to beach wear, something like this, some a little
yeah,
bit of skate, something like this, but not streetwear in all the sense of it. So I start to think
yeah,
we need to bring this culture of hip hop with streetwear, but being from Rio, being from Olaria, because I think it speaks a lot with our background. So hip hop
yeah,
speaks a lot with our background. So I want to bring the hip hop fashion and start a company that brings our perspective, being from Brazil, from Olaria, to the culture, to the streetwear
yeah,
worldwide. So it's a little bit about it. But we just figured out it's like in this phrase after 8 years, it's like, oh, I'm doing this.
yes,
The moment you are making doing this, it's like it's different. You just do,
in you.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's inside.
it's
You
inside.
start
Yeah,
to figure it out.
yeah.
Oh, I'm doing this.
That's incredible. Y'all kind of like put your own swag on it. That's awesome. So
Exactly.
as you think about how do you we'll get into that into a second. What was your family's mindset? Like, how did they respond when y'all said, we're gonna put together a streetwear company, like right here in the heart of Brazil? Like,
Yeah. You can imagine a little bit about what happened when we talk about it. Because we don't have like we don't have anyone very near to us in the family that they are entrepreneurs. So
yeah,
they were like, "You are crazy. Do that like
Yeah.
after you finish college, after have a job and established job, and then like yeah." Basically we have also in Brazil a very the generation of our parents were like very uh go to work for the government because
yeah,
you have a lot of
Stability.
stability and you
Benefits.
benefits. Yeah, so we definitely don't we didn't see us in there. So
yeah,
we were like, no, we are creative, we are not seeing it there, let's try something. And we know that we are very privileged, we have a lot of privilege because even they weren't like, oh, we are so happy because of it. they
yeah.
they they help us, they
Yeah.
support us a lot.
That's
So we
awesome.
have this, definitely we know that a lot of people in Brazil uh, build their business because they need to earn money. And we know
Mhm.
that we have this very good background from our family that we can try, we can do the business because we like, because we love, not because we need the
Yeah,
money, basically. So I think that's it. Like they were, it was their dream to see us doing a business, a street fashion, streetwear
Yeah.
business, but they support us, still support us a lot.
Yeah.
So
I think in the beginning was hard for them seeing us on the college and like turning for the other route that is not exactly what we are like investing. We
yeah,
are this is start to do a business about fashion. What is this? Be an entrepreneur and a lot of different thing for them. But at the same time, right now, when we show some like results and show some, we are going international. We are the first B Corp in streetwear in the
yeah.
world. We are like the first black owned B Corp in Brazil. And
That's
some
incredible.
people seeing us and like, okay, that project in 2015 is this company. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that. So now I'm getting why you are sacrificing so much because
yeah,
of this. It's not just a dream. There is
yeah.
some development. Yeah. So
That's
just right
incredible.
now we have this, but yeah, sometimes we need to wait the perfect timing to people start to figure out what we are doing. It's part of the process to of being an entrepreneur, I think, and in a
Yeah,
young age also. It's
yeah, we
yeah,
were 20, right?
yeah.
19.
yeah,
So
90. Yeah.
That's wow. That's incredible. So, first off, thank y'all for that because I think there's a lot of people listening who they want to be entrepreneurs and they they come from not the most advantaged backgrounds at times, and then go to your family, especially like you're in college, you're like, go to college, you get a good job after college, but you're like, no, I want to take this risk on myself and make this impact. Like that's that's incredible. Thank y'all for that. So you have the idea for the company. What's your first step? How do you get started?
yeah, Victor finished the program that he said about social business, and then
Yeah,
he started with the idea, let's build uh I think I want to have a social business, to create a social business, but with fashion, because fashion talks a lot about us, about each other. So
yeah,
I want to spread some message to,
The young people.
yeah, to young people, to through the fashion, like talking about social and through fashion. So at this time, Victor was like, "Let's go, let's."
Yeah, no
You are with me.
fashion, no
So
supplier.
yeah,
We don't know how
nothing,
to
nothing.
do anything.
We don't
It's
know
like
how
just the
to
idea.
how to have a piece of cloth in our head. Like we no.
Even the
So
Photoshop,
no,
you
I
yes,
wasn't
we're
a graphic
starting to
designer.
figure it
So
out. Like,
yeah, so
the
I decided, so okay, I need to go and learn a little bit about graphic designing to do the logo of the brand, basically.
Yeah.
And so I start to do some courses in Adobe, Photoshop, something like this.
Yeah.
But most of the things I learned by myself, by doing, definitely. And yeah, Victor too.
I got branding courses and start to like see all the documentaries, all the YouTube videos about streetwear, every single content in the internet.
That's awesome.
But it helped a lot, like us
Yeah.
to start something knowing that we need to make mistakes to understand how it works. And I
Yeah.
think in terms of the brand and the product, we start with good quality, but in the wrong, like it's a mess. Like it was a mess. Like the designs, the intention was good,
Yeah.
the things were
Yeah.
out of place. But yeah, the beginning needs to be like this. When you are starting something, now I can see, like, going back and see, oh my god, that was
Yeah.
you never you see the first photos of the
Yeah.
first photo shoot. Either for
Those are way in the archives. We'll never get those.
I don't know. I don't want to come back. Like, okay, it's 8 years ago. I don't want to come back. But
but we started well in terms of networking. People around us started to connect us with the right suppliers, with the right
That's
people.
awesome.
first I think we had in the US too, but in Brazil we have a lot of programs for entrepreneurs. So we entered in one of this one, very, for I think for social business, right?
Yeah.
And then we started our networking, and
That was
we had a lot of good feedbacks. Even the name of the brand, we had the idea. The first idea was Matter, but in English, amazing Matter, but in Portuguese,
no one knows how to speak.
it's impossible to speak, to understand, to talk. So
Yeah.
we felt IMPT because like it's
Yeah.
important. So
But abbreviation, so it's easy to speak in different language. The same like abbreviation, important and importante in Portuguese is the same. So it's like
Yeah.
it's to get it, and the exclamation point that is like just call attention about it. And yeah, and a lot of feedbacks, mentors, people that start to be around us, understanding our mindset and like guiding. Okay, figure out this, figure out that, and
Yeah.
we start with this and build something more relevant and more, I don't know, more like a business and less like a project. So
Yeah.
even moments starting to be like, okay, now I can see a fashion brand, a competitive,
Right.
good product. I can see you. Yeah, as an entrepreneur, not just a guy trying to do. So you need to level up fast, and you can do it alone. You need to have some connections that it will
Yeah.
trigger you to go do change, and you figure it out. You decide yourself if you want to change or not, but you need to have this environment of change, of growing. And for us was key since the first year of the company. And yeah,
That's awesome. So from there, what was your, like, I guess, how did people from your community where you grew up, like, how did they how did they like embrace or feel about the brand when you first launched?
the first launch was like so much friends and family because we don't have that background of marketing and doing this. And our community in Olaria is huge and big, like
Yeah.
it's almost a
It's a
big
neighborhood,
city.
but
Yeah, it's
almost a
almost a
city.
city.
Yeah.
So just our friends from school that had this, like, okay, I got it, but the design was not so cool. So just family and like, I love you, so you buy it.
So from
Definitely.
there, when did you
So
get your first? Oh, go ahead.
yeah.
You
So,
got to- yeah,
but and this network around us, these entrepreneurs,
yeah,
these mentors that, oh, it's cool. I'm buying because of the idea, and I like this also. But yeah, I
yeah.
can afford it, but okay, I got it. So the first moment of the company was this: we're not targeting exactly our target audience. Was
Okay.
just what we have around us.
I don't know if you have a target audience. You were starting to understand
As a
who they
streetwear
are.
brand, we have.
Yeah, but we don't know then. Like we don't know. We don't have. We didn't have we didn't do a research or like understand our target audience. So it was a little crazy, as we
Yeah, it's
already
not the
said.
best way
So
to start a
yeah,
company, like not doing the research of your marketing. But we are too early. Like we knew that we had a lot of time to develop. It's not like I need to do this work right now. It's like I'm like, I know I'm 2 years early because this company is supposed to be founded after the graduation. Let's do the mistakes, like let's do it. So it helped us because we don't have the
Yeah.
pressure to do that. So we start to figure it out and we start to do a research about streetwear, and that changes everything, like 1 year after the launch. And it's crazy because was a girl from London.
Wow.
yeah. We
Yeah.
participate to a lot of programs and a lot of very important and cool things, and it was one of this program. So we participate to it was a like for social business. They bring people from all over the world, and
Yeah.
yeah, consultors. So it was a girl from London and specialized in marketing. So she said, let's do a research. Let's do a research about all the people that you think it's your target audience,
In
like
Brazil, in Rio,
yeah,
but
how
Yeah.
they buy, what they buy, and like the
it changed everything.
yeah.
It changed everything. And we started
Yeah.
to figure it out how streetwear was changing. And Brazil is a little bit late on it in that time because we know it was that time of Virgil, Off-White
Yep.
starting, and like the up marketing, Louis Vuitton, Supreme, all these things. And in Rio, we were like more like a hip hop time, like just rappers, not thinking about the fashion side. Like, and
Mm.
people start to ask answer the research, talking about maisons, and I was, what? Louis Vuitton has and Fendi, and I start to, okay, we are with the wrong mindset. We need to
Mm.
change the branding of the company. We need to change everything. We are thinking we are selling because of the price. People are not even like thinking
Yeah.
about the price. They are thinking about other things, and we are doing it wrongly. And we are like we were like getting good in production, right? And the product was like good quality, people, good suppliers, the best in the country. I can say one of the best of the world because
Wow.
the suppliers in Brazil are really good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the world needs to figure it out. It's gonna help.
That's incredible. So you had this, I think you said she was from London, this marketer from London come in, give you
Yeah.
all this research. You decided you need to pivot. From there, what was the big break like that let you realize like, hey, this isn't just, a good idea, but like we actually have something here. What was that moment for y'all?
Good question. I I think I think when we connect with our mentor and advisor today, that is
Yeah.
Lucas Penido, is one guy that is like one of the pioneers of streetwear in Brazil. I
Yeah.
think he created the first portal of streetwear.
Oh
He grew,
wow.
he grew up in
New
New
York.
York,
He's also a Brazilian American, so
Okay.
and when we have this connection with him and he start to work with him in this rebranding of the brand, and he start to see some key ingredients that we had that no other brand in the world had.
Hmm.
One is Olaria.
where we are from.
And
Yeah.
all this
Yeah.
ground that represents a lot and can be recognized. I don't know, not recognized, but you can get identification with us. And this social side and this is social conscious and now sustainable conscious and all these things together start to be a brand that is different, but it's not just different, it's pointing to represent a generation because we are like
Yeah.
Gen Z millennials. I can
Yeah.
say I'm Gen Z, Karina say is a millennial, but
We are the I am the end of millennial. You are the beginning of the Gen Z. So
yeah,
I think we're the same age. So I stay whichever one's convenient for me at the moment.
it's a good strategy. And this mindset of us as generation is different. And the brands that are cool right now are not created by Gen Zs. They are not created by the same mindset. So the new brands will start to change the marketing and the future of streetwear or fashion will look
Yeah.
like different because of how this generation thinks. And
Mm.
after Hypebeast PwC research of streetwear
2019. Yeah.
2019 saying
Yeah.
that 70% of the consumers are looking like to social
Looking for.
looking for social social and environmental sustainable positioning from the brands, and we look like to the whole market and you see, okay, who is the
Who
who
is this
who is
brand?
the like the representer
Yeah.
the
Who represents
yeah,
the
who represents this generation? And I start, okay, I can beat this brand. Like, okay, I'm like,
That's
you are
awesome.
you are tripping, guy. But yeah, the ingredients that my brand is, and the 8 years of experience doing this and pivoting and understanding, we can be, we can be, yeah.
It was I think we didn't talk about
Yeah, we
the
can talk
social
about
the social part of it.
Yeah.
Up to this time that we met Lucas, and he helped us a lot to understand, especially our target audience. We were very focused on this social way to do it. So the first launch was the first collection. We decided to help an NGO in Rio, and we did a very good work with them, like uh, created their website, did
Yeah.
a video
with
talking
parts of our
revenue.
revenue
Yeah,
of the collection, the first collection. Even like don't do it like, oh, crazy good. We always, since day one, we
That's
got
amazing.
some part of the revenue to invest in local
Also-
NGOs.
also our knowledge, because like we
Yeah.
know to build a website because we did for Inc. So let's help
Yeah.
you with that. So, but it was very interesting to understand that they don't need necessarily the money, but our knowledge, our
Yeah.
background. So that's why we helped them with all of this, like the website and the video, institutional video. And then, okay, we are very proud of it, but the design of the pieces were not so good. So, but we started to call attention of the especially musicians, right? The
Local
art
artists.
local independent artists
Mm.
from the
Local
side of Rio,
rappers.
and they were like, "Oh, I like your brand, so I want some T-shirts to use in my concerts and something like that." And we were
Yeah.
okay. We are starting a community, and after we met Lucas, and we decided to do like we need, and also the research, like we need to look more about the design, look more for the design, for the fashion way, and then
Yeah.
okay, so we have something right now. And also we decided to still work with the NGOs, but also with these artists, because they need to like almost the same as the
NGOs.
NGOs, like our
Yeah.
knowledge in design, collaborate,
and
and
invest on them also. So we bring them to our collections, release, and make marketing campaigns with us. Bring their face to the world. Like when I do an international campaign, the local artists do
Yeah.
the campaign. And that time we did a EP with one of the artist that is new MC, and the guy was like one
a
year,
rapper. Yeah.
yeah, a rapper, and 1 year, 2 years without launching anything, like any project, and like
Wow.
an engaging audience, but he was focused on just talking about social conscience, all these things, and it's cool. But I said, like, man, I think that your audience want the music. Do this. And oh, okay, but I don't know. I don't have like idea that I said, like, let's do a project together. I'm launching this
Wow.
collection with three local brands, and I want you to make a EP focus on each collaboration. So you do a music about each collaboration, like with this brand, this brand, this brand, and the guys start to make collaboration with other local artists and
Wow.
make the EP like a beautiful EP. And also Carolina did all the branding, all the visuals of the EP, and like was a
Cover of the
beautiful project. And we said, like, this is our
Incredible.
social impact also. We need to have this in all all the years
Yeah.
of, we need to put some part of our revenue to do this. And right now it's like this. We have part of our revenue that we every year put on local artists and in NGOs also. And it's one of the main things that put us in a different path as a company.
Mm.
And it's not even considered in our B Corp certification. Like, it's crazy. We have a lot, but it's so innovative in our
Yeah.
part that they don't have how to track this. Like,
Wow.
we have
we don't have yeah,
yeah.
we need more points in our certification, but we don't have because
I
don't.
can't track this. We don't have like, okay, leave these points out our certification as B Corp, but all the other things are considered. But yeah, we do this not to get like recognition. It's really about us as brand, what is authentic in terms of what we are.
We didn't do that intentionally. It come to
Mm.
us, so we
Naturally.
started to build something, but we didn't like, let's do let's give some part of the revenue to the, no, it was like they came to us, we start to build this community with the local artists, and then we start to talk with them. So they were talking, oh, I need that, I'm not so good in, I don't know, marketing, and then we start to talk, and then we build something. So it was very
Natural. Yeah.
natural. Yeah.
It's a flow. It's the flow
That's
of
incredible.
our trajectory as the brand. A lot of things are changing, but it's because of the trajectory. It's not like a research. It is something very authentic. Like the 8 years built us, and we know, like, if someone try to copy us, is impossible because they don't have the trajectory. They don't have the why we are doing
Yeah.
it. So they don't have the background that made all these things. You can try, okay, but maybe we're not so too so cool for you try to copy us. Maybe it's better you
Original,
just
right?
try
Yeah.
do your own trajectory and understand what will work for your company in authenticity. Yeah, it's what we really believe in terms of business. You need to be authentic. You need to
Yeah.
know and understand your path, and it takes time. You need to chill, have patience. Sometimes just hold on a little bit. It will work, but yeah, it's part of what we believe, and yeah, what we are also.
That's incredible. I loved how y'all described letting the business kind of tell you where it goes next. So
Yes.
you recently launched in the United States.
Yeah.
Like how did that come about? Why was that important? And how did the business tell you that it was time?
We can talk.
So since this internationalization is a long process. Like since this rebranding 2018, Lucas, that is a guy that born and raised, not born but raised in New York, said you need to go
Yeah.
international. Like what you are doing is not, you will not be so much recognized in Brazil. Maybe outside will be. You need to be ready to be international. You need to be ready.
Yeah.
Like can be like something that will come to you and you are not ready. So you need to start to prepare to be international. So we start to change the branding to be local, at the same time local and international understandable. So the collection has names in English, sometimes has names in Portuguese, but we like to mix this. Uh, Also, all the storytelling is also things always since like 2018 is something that can be understandable in terms of social conscience and what we are talking about in a worldwide environment, not just our local, but our local we will understand also, and we'll be like, okay, I know what you are talking about, but worldwide you can have another sense of it and say, okay, I know what you're talking about, and we are always talking about two things in one. Like it's exactly what we do in terms of storytelling.
But
uh
also, we were thinking about it. We stopped in for a year, 2019. Oh,
19
first of all, I think after Lucas connect us with international brand with
first
from
12.
Connecticut, I think,
Okay.
a brand first 12, and
Yeah.
then said, why you don't do something like, so we did this
Yeah, we
t-shirt.
did a collaboration, at first international collaboration
That's
in
awesome.
2019,
2019,
yeah, the
it's this
beginning.
t-shirt. So
Yeah.
it was just sold in for our community in Brazil, not in the
Worldwide,
US. So
yeah.
was beautiful to see because the face also of the campaign was our local artist. So first time posting about the campaign with the guy that we work with. So like,
And
yeah, it's beautiful. We are going worldwide with the local artist first.
That's awesome.
after this launch, we did a little stop in it because
Yeah.
we got married. So we
Yes.
also spent some 4 months in the US. We
True.
lived in Maryland, in Rockville, and
Okay.
also going to New York. It was
Every
so
single
crazy.
week.
We went to New York because Victor did a course and about the art scene of New York during the fall,
Yeah.
every Thursday, right? So we go there like
And come back.
6 hours and then stay some time in New York, and then we came back.
Yeah, don't do that.
So yeah, we were crazy. So
That's incredible.
we start to
Figure it out.
understand more, especially in New York, how the streetwear works, and it was a lot of information, but it was very cool to be inside that.
Yeah.
So you were starting to understand what we are doing, and
Even inside the university itself,
yeah,
inside Parsons, you can see the
Mm.
lab of Parsons that is like all tech. And I was thinking like, if I work here for 1 month, I can do the the level of collection that I never did in my
Yeah,
but-
Victor studied in Carson, so I forgot to talk about
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So
it was just too
we were
short
there
time.
and was like, oh my god, you have a lot here. If you stay here, like studying here, we do like good things.
Yeah, yeah.
So and then we came back and the pandemic started. So
Mhm.
we started to think more about like into the back of IMPT. So we came back in 2021 with the B Corp certification, but we decided like we don't need to come back the normal way. We need our certification as a B Corp. We have a connection with them since 2017,
17.
right?
Yeah.
It's Sistema B Brasil, it's the B Corp, the B Lab in Brazil. And we started to understand more about this social and environmental side impacts that we have. And even as a fashion business, like we need to talk, we need to think more and more about it. So we tried to get the certification in 2017, but we were so young as a business. We don't understand a lot of things.
The punctuation was really high. It's like
Yeah.
a number that is really high. But at the same time, we were like, I'm figuring out my marketing. I will be a B
I don't
Corp and
know
like,
the target
okay,
audience.
yeah, like the audience. And like we need to be a business, not just a
Yeah.
B Corp. So we need
Yeah.
to focus on doing this in a good way. So in 2021, we were like very mature in terms of
2020 we started
yeah,
this
our
process.
marketing and understand the value we have in our company. So going to the US and seeing the marketing, okay, I don't see anything like us right here. And I know I can add something. I know I'm not the top one, but I can add something. Maybe I'm needed in not just in the US, but worldwide in this industry, in the culture itself. So we came back with like, we can do it, but we need to do it in the right way. We need to go worldwide. We need to think big. And what is like very it's sentimental for us, but when we got certified in 2021 March, we figured it out that we were the first in the streetwear market to be a B Corp. And for us, it was like, I'm a B Corp, like, okay.
Yeah.
And
we just did a research. Let's search here at the website, and okay, we don't have any.
So no one,
streetwear.
and I don't know, maybe people don't know about B Corps, but in terms of fashion, all the big house of fashion are looking for the certification as B Corp, because fashion needs to change. Like we need to take more care about how we do clothes, and the industry is one of the worst in that exists, like the second worst industry in the world. So people and the conscious consumers are growing and growing and growing. Gen Zs are here buying, yeah, but we are thinking about like we like we did it and we are like right now maybe one of the top one in the market in terms of how can I say perspective. Like this company can be really big in some years, but we need to do in the right way. So right now is the start, like 2021 2000, and we did it like locally and like having this change. 2022 really start to change the company itself. Like we need to change the structure. We need to prepare this structure to grow and not like miss this opportunity, because we are getting a special opportunity right now. So 2022 was this time of growing. We incorporated in the US. We are a company also in the US. We have a different website from Brazil. We have a different communication, a different Instagram, everything different, but at the same time connected. So our two companies, but at the same time are one. And a lot of things start to be delayed in terms of production, and just this spring 2022, the baby born.
Very long. And also, you
2023,
forgot,
sorry, 2023.
yeah, so we forgot that we are the first in the streetwear market to be a B Corp. And we discovered also that we are the first Black-owned business to be a certified B Corp in Brazil.
Wow, that's
So,
incredible.
yeah, it was very like, oh my God, this is big.
Congratulations to y'all.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you. But also, it's very sad to talk about it because
Yeah.
Brazil have more than 50%, 51%
Are
of
black.
are Black in the population.
And
So-
just one, the first company started right now, 2021. So we start to figure it out that we are inside like this B Corp thing is something that also needs to represent better because like
Yeah.
okay, better for the world, but yeah, that is the presentation. So better, yeah. So we got it. So we start to shake the tree inside, like Brazil itself first, and start like, okay, if no one looks like us right here, it will die. Like
Yeah.
the time is ticking because it will die. It will not be relevant anymore. So they start to change it and counting on us to bring the this social
discussion and
yeah.
also the action to bring more Black-owned business and Black entrepreneurs to
There are
the
a huge
community.
culture right here in Brazil. We have the best. I think I will always say that is the best, but I can see that we have the best impact entrepreneurs of the world. Like we are talking
Yeah.
about social business, but in Brazil, in the favelas, and not just in the favelas, not just, but we have the best. What we do right here to make success is something that yeah, you will cry. The stories are like we can make something that is impossible sometimes, but we don't stop because we have
Yeah.
a purpose and they just go and make. And when you see the business, how each one is doing this, you can like get a blueprint for different solutions for around the world. So like I
Yeah.
if you are like looking for I want to be a social impact entrepreneur, I want to do something that is relevant, like look to Brazil,
Yeah.
come here sometimes, like make some research because what you see here you can see in any other place, like, and people are very positive, welcoming in hard situations. And yeah, like it's a little bit about our culture that we also want to bring in our brand. Like we can be very positive in hard situations, almost impossible situations, and we want to represent well our country. Like we
Yeah.
are really powerful in terms of culture, but ourselves as Brazilians sometimes don't yeah don't have this value out, this self love about it. We're always looking for around the world outside, and we want to bring it back, like going and
I love
making
that.
a trajectory. We want to be no, it's from North Zone, it's from Olaria, you guys, yeah, it's us. Like you can also
Also, if everybody's coming to Rio, go to Olaria. Like, don't go to the Copacabana and all that
DM
place.
us, we can share Olaria with you guys.
And also, after the B Corp certification, we start to call attention of all around the world. So
Yeah.
we start to receive a lot of contacts from a lot of places. For example, we have now an intern from France.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
she covered us and she said, okay, I want to be there and with you and understand how you do that, like local and global.
And it's
So-
crazy because Leticia, that is named after the girl, she is born and raised in Paris. So
Yeah.
what do you wanna what do you wanna
Yeah,
with me, girl? You are in Paris.
she wants to build her own fashion business. And I was
Yeah.
like, you are in Paris? Like, you have fashion every place. You have fashion like very near to you, like
Yeah.
big companies, luxury maisons, and why?
But yeah, and we come back to that. Like she's a Gen Z, and she's not being represented what with what she's seeing in Paris. Like, and so
Yeah.
she came to us, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, because she saw something on us that is different. The ingredients. I want to learn with you guys how you bring your local culture to the world and how you bring this authenticity and help us also with all the background she had about being for love culture of fashion and all these things,
Yeah.
environmental, very conscious. And so it's this like almost collaboration at this time, but it's open our eyes like, okay, if the big cities of fashion and the kids are not being represented there, you need to grow. We need to fill the space, and it's not just us. It's like new brands need to come differently. Like
Yeah.
it's not okay, guys. You need the things need to change. So and us as Black community we have a huge power to do that. Like more than any other one. I think we have the sauce. I don't know how to say. Like we have that thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. We got the sauce. You're right. That's incredible. Also, I think like everything that you all have said, like it speaks like to the impact and the importance of your company and like of representation. So yeah, you guys are killing it. I know we're coming up on time, so I want to respect your time. I have a couple more questions for you. I won't make them go too long. So moving into 2023, what's the vision for you all throughout this next year, and especially like within the next 3 or 4 or 5 years?
So we have some vision for the next years. It's like being more and more relevant in the streetwear market, because as Victor said, like we have this research from 2019, like the young people is saying that they want that. Like why a lot of business, even like business that are growing now, are being building now, they don't start this way, thinking the environmental and the social impact that they have. So we grew like this, we were founded like this. So we want to be more and more and improve all of this. And also like at the same time we grow talking about our community. We talk about the creatives like us, about the black people like us. So we need to
bring the representation.
So we are very happy to be the first of a lot of things. But we know that this is a responsibility to bring more and more, to inspire and to bring them with us. Like you can do that. Like don't stop. You can do that. So this is how we want to be in the next up to 5 years. Like be one of the most relevant streetwear brands. So
that's fantastic. To start to make a path of relevance first, not just numbers or like getting some spaces and you, no one know you and you are not representing, like you are just getting money and you are not bringing what the main like side of the company that is change minds. So I think in some sense we know we can do like this fast and be relevant in terms of number fast, but we can like make some moves because we are different, we have something unique, and start to bring relevance. In 5 years maybe a lot of people will know about IMPT, and if you know, who knows, will like meet you and like, oh, you need to know this. And exactly, our strategy is build a community, a small community that will be very engaging around the world, and focus first in the US because we think we have this connection. For the culture is there, helping us with this, but and also the culture is well connected with us. We have this connection, like it's like natural for us have this connection with the US, but also Europe. Like Europe is coming to us.
Yeah.
But Africa, I don't know all the places that we be welcome, but we need to be smart because we are like still a small company in
Yeah.
terms of streetwear marketing that is huge. So we need to be smart because we want to build this community, make this small but in relevance. So that
Yeah.
is our strategy right now. 2023 will be like the first step, the first community, and growing with responsibility, because growth can be a problem also if you don't control, if you don't
Yeah.
plan, can be the death of your company if
Yeah.
you're not doing this right. So we are planning this, building a community 4 years, very engaging like community that will the community will present us to the rest of the world. We just need to do this consistently and
Yeah.
focus in relevance. I think it's yeah, and if you are listening, you want to check it out our website, imptcompany.com. You can be this community right now. Like you can start to be, you can buy, you can like reach us in the Instagram that is also imptcompany.com. That is the
.com, no.
sorry.
Instagram, it's
Yeah, sorry. Instagram. Sorry.
Inked Company.
Yeah. I need it.
I'll put it all
Everything-
in the notes
Yeah.
beneath the show as well, so people will be able to just click and go right to it as well.
Yeah, perfect. Because and yeah, we are looking for a community. It's not just
Yeah.
buyers, it's a community because it's so much more than clothes, so much more than just selling. It's a lifestyle itself. It's a belief, and I believe a lot of people will resonate with what we are doing,
Yeah.
and we are open. We are open to make these connections. And thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
We love to talk
course.
about our life, our business. This is
Yes.
very good for us.
Yeah,
We
you
love
can
it.
present all of these in
Yeah.
social media posts and
We love to
about
talk.
page in the website. Like we need some space to talk, and people
Yeah.
try to open for us because they know like it's too deep. You need to have more space to speak
Yeah.
because just clothes are not like telling all of your story. We need to
Yeah.
know. And so yeah.
That's incredible. First off, I need to have you guys back and at some point. Like y'all are fantastic, and yeah, I think the missions align really well for what you all are all about, and I think the opportunity that I want this podcast to be able to give to its listeners. My final question for y'all, for the kid who's growing up in your hometown or my hometown or with similar backgrounds, what advice do you have for them if they want to create a business?
Start.
I think first of all, you need to have dreams that you can reach them, you can go and fight, because when you have a purpose, not a dream, a purpose, you go, and it will not be easy, definitely, but don't stop. As Victor talked, and these new collections, it's talking about being positive. Like, I know it's hard sometimes, it's impossible to be positive, but you have to. Like, nobody can do can have the same purpose and the same thing that you can do, because you have your background, as we said. Like, no, it's impossible to have it out IMPT, because IMPT is about our background and where we grew up, where, like, our family, our college, our high school, and a lot of things. So you are unique. So have a purpose. Yeah, be confident and go to your purpose. Yeah, as I said, it will be very hard. Sometimes you want to stop and go to the other side of this way, but breath, cry a little bit, in the next day, because yeah, it will be good.
Yes,
that's incredible.
I can speak to myself like as a kid. So you need to figure it out that you can do anything alone. You need to have some help in terms of you can be good, you can be very talented, but you can reach your goal alone. And we need to be open to collaborate. You need to be open to listen. You need to be open to listen what you don't want to change, and figure out yourself what you wanted to do and what you don't want it to do. And this like decision, not the isolation itself, like I will do this, so I will not listen to my parent, I will not listen to anyone that is opposing me, but listen with carefully, with confidence, and decide your path, because there is not just one path. It's like, it's this path of that build us, like I decide do this way, do this way, this way, and now we have this company. Could be different, but it's our decision, and like, okay, cool, we have the results, but
Yeah.
you can't do it alone. You need to listen to some people. You need to figure it out. You need to have
Study a lot.
study a lot. You need to be open. Yeah, you need to be open, but also to complement, have invest in your self knowledge. Know yourself. You know your best. Like, because when you know yourself and you get this confidence, when you listen, like that thing that there's nothing to do to you, it not affect you. It's like, okay, I know who I am. So I know, yeah, you are not
Yeah.
good. This company is nothing. Okay, and you
Yeah.
get the results, like, okay, and the comments, I don't know what depends on the path of being entrepreneur, and it will be difficult. Like, being entrepreneur is not easy. It's not the easy way to get success. It's like, you need to be resilient. You will grow as a individual, as a human, a lot more than
Yeah.
a lot of people, because of the process of roughness. And you need to get a purpose, because if just because of the money, try another thing. The results itself, like the results. So yeah, the kids need to
Yeah.
listen to this. Like, it's not like you think it is. Like, yeah.
It's not easy, not fast also. And yeah, you need to have patience and be confident, because
Be
it will
confident.
be
Yeah, it will.
good at the end.
Yeah, I'm
That's
talking to myself as a kid. Like,
I think you're talking to younger. Y'all are talking younger me as well. Like, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you both so much for being on the show. Like I said, I can't wait to have y'all back again.
Yeah,
This is
please.
incredible. I'm gonna link EMPT, all your links, your social media, the shops, everything down below, so people can easily access y'all. And I'll also be placing orders soon myself, because I need to be rocking. I need to be rocking what y'all are wearing. And for the people who are listening and not watching on YouTube, both of the pieces that y'all are wearing are incredible. So I gotta give
Yeah.
me some
Some
of
of them are sold out, but okay, we have something.
that. Yeah. For sure. Well, thank y'all again.